And joining us today, the author of Be the Parent, Not the Pal, Amy Howell. Great to have you with us, Amy.
Hey, thank you, John. Thanks for having me.
Amy is going to be speaking on behalf of the Drug Education Council and a lot of other organizations this afternoon and tonight. So let's bring in the information and show you what we got going on. It's a brown bag lunch that takes place at noon at St. Paul's School Auditorium. You can go to drugeducation.org to find out more or call 478-7855. There's also an evening version of this as well. So what's going to be happening?
Well, I'm going to be talking to the parents at both schools, and tomorrow I'm also meeting in Baldwin County about the message in this book.
And the message is?
It's just so hard. Parenting is probably the hardest job there is these days, especially with all the data that kids have and the smartphones, and we have this opioid issue, and so kids are just so faced with so much that, you know, we didn't have to deal with because we didn't have the internet when I grew up.
Right. I always felt the difference between the way I grew up and the way my kids grew up, but the kids nowadays are just absolutely immersed in the internet and social media and all kinds of other things. How can you help them?
Well, I think it's important for parents to understand that kids have too much information, and I think that we need to get back to simple, if we can, a simpler parenting style, which is engaging with their children, understanding where they are, being the parent, not the pal. So many parents, I think, let go when their kids start driving or, you know, get older, and that's when I think our parenting skills are challenged the most.
Right. You want your kids to be happy with you and you know, be glad to see you all the time, but sometimes you got to be a tough parent.
And I think you have to, especially now. I think with all that is going on, we have Snapchatting all the time and selfies all the time, and kids are getting plastic surgery because they want to look like their selfies, and you know, we just don't, that's not reality. And so these expectations, I think, are setting our kids up for failure, and they're turning to drugs and alcohol, and it's just it's a pervasive problem.
Right, and we are just touching the tip of the iceberg here, so go and find out more. It's going to be a great talk today at noon, St. Paul School Auditorium, drugeducation.org to find out more. And Amy, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, John.